My name is Joe, and I'm an alcoholic and an addict, and occasionally, more often than not, an asshole. I'm trying to recover from all three of those things. Some of them easier than others, and I'm not going to say which. I don't want to implicate myself. Okay. Today I'm chronicling, this is one man's sobriety vlog, chronicling my journey through sobriety. So I decided to stop drinking like I was the only one tequila was created for. Unless I couldn't afford the tequila and I got the cheap ass vodka. And I decided to stop eating 565,000 calories a day. Because that's not good. And apparently lately I've also decided to give up sleep. You know what I learned today? It's Labor Day. It's September 6th in the year of our Lord 2021. I learned that if you go over 7 days and only have about 10 hours of sleep, it's not a good thing. I don't highly recommend that. My head was kind of like where my brain felt like it was shrinking and expanding at the same time before. It was like a fucking trip. I was thinking, what the hell's going on? All right. So yesterday was day 98. Today's day 99. It's 7:22 p.m. Eastern time. I'm just here to talk, to impart a little wisdom. You know, think of me like that Farmer's commercial. I know a thing or two because I seen some fucking shit. That's the new logo. We know a thing or two. We seen some fucking shit. And some of that fucking shit wasn't good. And I was the cause of some of that shit. Some of that shit was downright evil. And I'm not speaking recent events. I'm speaking like when I was a teenager. Like, you know, if the devil want to come up and pat you on the back and go, oh, good fucking job. What made you think of that? I never thought of that shit. That's not a good thing. Okay, but here's the good news. Anybody can get sober. Holding on to it, that's the tricky part. But a key step to holding on to it is even better news. You're not a piece of shit. You're not fucking garbage. People may have treated you like that. People may think of you like that. You most likely may be thinking of yourself like that. That's not you. Your actions, those are your actions. You've probably had some, and I've done it. You probably had some actions that were the actions of a piece of shit and fucking garbage. But you yourself aren't. You're a person in recovery. You can change that, but you have to get over that. You have to be able to realize, whoa, all right, I did some fucked up shit, but I got to get over that because I can't go from A to Z. If that's a speed bump in the road that Godzilla can't step over, you know? If you put a wall in front of you that not even the Hulk could break through, what's the point? We're all our own worst enemy. We do some fucked up shit, and then the devil tempts us to do that shit. The devil tempts us to do that shit. And the minute we do that shit, he's the first one to say, look at that fucked up shit you did, you piece of shit. Well, you got to be a real fucking winner. How dare you hate yourself now? Now, maybe you don't believe in the devil. Replace the word devil with your conscience. Now your own conscience is telling you that you're this, you're X, you're Y, you're Z. Well, fuck that. You're not. You're an addict. You're addicted. You being an addict means you lost your will to something. You didn't wake up and think, okay, it's September 6th. It's Labor Day. I'm going to go fucking all out with the Coke today. I'm going to go all out with the fucking booze today. I'm going to go all out with X, Y, and Z today. And I'm going to be let me get a list of people I need to be a motherfucker to. Okay, this one, that one. Well, let me pick some people that don't deserve it. Yeah, the ones that love me. No one does that. At least I hope they don't. Because then you're not a piece of shit. You're just an evil motherfucker. That I don't know if you can recover from, but there, with the grace of God, all things are possible. So stop beating yourself up for shit that's beyond your control. That, yeah, at one point you had control over, and you decided to keep doing something that you basically almost lost your soul to. Because now you've stopped that. I don't care if you have 1 day, 100 days, I've got 99 days. You know, you can't think like that. Only let things like that have any kind of space in your brain to help make you a better person. Not to deter you from becoming a better person. Okay, I did X, Y, and Z. I'm going to think about that the rest of my life and cringe. But I'm never going to do that again because now I'm going to do this. I've driven down that street. I prepared poorly for that journey. I'm now consulting a different map, the map of sobriety. And I know not to take that road. And I know how to pack and what supplies to bring and all that good shit for the new journey that I'm on. Love yourself. The wisest man I ever knew, in therapy session with him one day, told me, Joseph, you have to love yourself first, because if you don't love yourself, your love for others becomes unreal. And you have to love yourself. Get over yourself first. Here's the thing. You did some stuff. We all did that stuff. Bad stuff. We got horror stories. We got horror stories that Stephen King wouldn't want to write about. But here's the beautiful thing. We're all construction workers, right? And now we need to build a bridge and then get the fuck over it. All right? We're going to build a bridge and get the fuck over it. We're not going to forget. We're going to forgive. We're going to forgive ourselves. We want other people to forgive us. But we're not going to forget. And the reason why we're not going to forget completely is because we don't want to do that again. You know? I don't want to have amnesia to the stupid shit I did. I don't want it to haunt me. But I want it to be in my brain to serve as a cautionary tale of what not to do. Another thing I want to touch upon, and a lot of you hear this every day, we're striving for progress, not perfection. We're not saints. I hear that read every day in every meeting I go to. I went to 3. I'm going to go to one more meeting after I'm done recording this. That'll be my 3rd meeting for today. And there's always somebody reading something from some book. And you're always hearing, you know, we're not saints. We're not perfect. We want progress. And that's true. Stop trying to be perfect. You're not God. Only God is perfect. God, by the very definition of his nature, is perfection. You're not angels. You're not saints. You're not an angel. You're human. You're not a saint because you got to be dead to be a saint. So let's all be some good sinners. Then someday we'll be saints in the presence of God, who by the definition of his very nature is perfect. And he will perfect us. I hear a lot of people that have had a lot of years. I've heard people that have had like 3 decades of sobriety. And then they fucked up. And I've heard people that have had a year or 6 months and then they fucked up. And they all take the worst mental posture I've ever seen. I threw it all away. I had 30 years and how the fuck did you throw it all away? You fucked up for 1 day. You got whatever you did. Maybe more than 1 day. But that doesn't undo the sobriety of all those other days. You know, the space-time continuum didn't just fold in on itself, and all those other days you went and were a fucking drunken mess or a drugged up mess. You're wiping out all that progress. You can't wipe out your progress. I'm positing a new thought system for you right now, for everyone, for myself. We all need to think of ourselves like a baseball team. And the goal of our team, of every baseball team, is to make it to the end of the series, make it to the playoffs, get into the World Series, win the World Series, and bring that trophy home. Do you know, interesting fact, I looked this up, only one baseball team in the history of baseball ever had an undefeated perfect season. And those fuckers were playing in, I think it was 1889. So yeah, you may lose some games along the way, but you could still win the World Series. Can you imagine a team? Most of the teams that make it into the World Series, they've lost about 25 to 15 games minimum. Fuck. If we slide in on a wild card, we're sliding in. Let's sweep it. We may not sweep it, but we may win it in the 7th game, in the 20th inning. Think like that. You're fucking up, didn't undo everything. How does it? That's not possible. Be positive. Be positive. Progress. Stop trying to reach perfection because you're just going to frustrate yourself. We're all human, right? So the things to learn today, for me and everybody, just what I'm ranting about. We're not garbage. We're not pieces of shit. We may have treated people like they were, and we may have acted like it by treating people like that. But we're not. By our very nature, we're human. We're fallen. We need help. Higher power. Hello. God, give me some grace. A grace is a gift freely given by God. It can't be earned. It could be asked for. Oh, you could beg for it. Do it. Do that. You want to be filled with God's grace. That'll help you get through. There's nothing that can't help you get through. And if you fuck up, you can still win the World Series. You didn't throw it all away. Don't throw away the whole season. It could still be a winning season. I've talked for fucking 13 minutes now. I was dead earlier today. Maybe I don't need sleep anymore. Maybe, all this dieting I'm doing and all that other healthy shit and stopping drinking, maybe I don't need to sleep anymore. I need 1 hour of sleep every night. It's going to be painful. At some point, I pass out in the midst of pain, and then I wake up from some crazy shit. Usually like a fucking dream or something wakes my ass up. I can't get a break. I'm going to take the melatonin tonight. See, last night I was so tired, I'm like, no, I'm not going to take the melatonin. I think I could fall asleep. But I said to myself, but if it doesn't work, I'm going back to work on Tuesday. I'm going to drop one of those fuckers. Maybe it'll help me fall asleep. Hopefully don't make me finally catch up. Like I'll wake up Friday. I'm in a fucking coma all week. Then I'll be having like put in for sick time so I can get paid. All right. This has been day 98. This has been day 99. Join me tomorrow when I chronicle day 100, which is going to be a fucking nightmare of going back to work, and it's the busiest season of the world of the year for me. And this is my first time experiencing, because it hasn't happened. I went back to this place February. I haven't had one of these since 2017, 2018. So pray for me, because I'd rather be fucking around with one of my guitars and all that shit. But you got to work. Got to work. All right, everyone. As Tiny Tim would say, God bless us all, everyone.